This is a story about unusual warriors and the most unlikely of heroes. This is about very poor women leading very simple lives in Bhutan who have made such an extraordinary difference to their own communities. It was the first time ever that the barefoot approach was tried in Bhutan. The old conservative established solar engineering community, used to a top-down approach within the government, were totally skeptical that this grassroots community-based bottom-up approach would ever succeed. This process created history in the country because it was the first time the district administration, the grassroots political leaders, and the poor communities collectively were ever consulted to take major decisions. 35 barefoot women solar engineers have solar electrified the following villages in Bhutan: Jadingkha in Thimphu district, Gengkha, Paro district, Yaba, Ha district, Satakha Sibichang Tulunggaon in Samse district, Salamji Samarchu in Dagana district, Gogona in Wangdu Phodang district, Bhumi Dara in Sarpang district, Nadag Jangbi in Tongsa district, Gojong in Jemgang district, Chusa Shawa in Lungse district, Otola in Mongar district, Namkhari in Pema Gashel district, Bemo Porang in Samdrup Jongkha district. 900 families from 70 non-electrified villages were visited in 15 districts covering the whole country in 3 months. The staff of the Barefoot College spent nights in the village, refusing to take any extravagant daily allowances, thus saving a lot of money. But more important, it gave them time to hear what the poor people, the actual users, had to say. In the process, 35 women were selected direct by the community. It was the first time in their lives they had ever left their village to come so far away to a strange country. The Indian ambassador gave them confidence before they left. The women from Himalayas traveled in a train and saw the desert for the first time. They lived on vegetarian food for 6 months. They showed extraordinary courage to come to a strange country, in a strange land, where they could not speak their own language, and to learn about solar technology, just using their hands, their practical skills, their native intelligence to become solar engineers without using the written word. They learned through sign language how to fabricate charge controllers, inverters, install solar panels, and link them to deep cycle batteries. They lived simply, worked together, and in spite of the tremendous obstacles facing them, they never complained. With the money saved, they all managed to visit Bodh Gaya and even buy a mobile phone. On their return between May and June in 2008, within 3 months, all the solar units were distributed to the 500 houses in 48 villages all over Bhutan.
भएर पनि केटी भएर पनि पहिले त सम्झेको थियो यति उमेरमा त यति उमेरसम्म त घरमै बसेर केही जान्दैन थियौ र हामीले सोचेको पनि थिएन पढी लेखी छैन के छैन हामी कसरी यत्रो कहीँ विदेश जानु पाउला भनेर तर अचानक सरकारले सरकार आउनु भएर विदेशबाट फेरि सरकारले पनि पठाउनु भएर त इन्जिनियर सोलर इन्जिनियर हुनु पाए यसमा त हामीलाई धेरै गर्व छ धेरै खुसी छ र सबैले चिन्छ पनि सबने पहिचान लिया हम सोलर इंजीनियर बन गया विदेश से जाके आया इस लड़की तो सबने पहचानता है अब तो सब बोलता है यहाँ दोरखा देखी ले और जोंखा की सब पहचानते हैं हमने विदेश जाके ट्रेनिंग करके आया फिर अच्छा होगा ये तो आपने आपको गर्व लगता है खुश लगते हैं.
The women solar warriors of Bhutan proved the impossible is possible. They each established a total of 18 rural electronic workshops in 13 districts, thus making it possible to carry out all major and minor repairs even before any solar units were installed in the villages. The villagers could not believe that women could climb and install solar panels on the roofs. A total of 35 kilowatts have been installed, saving 5,000 liters of kerosene every month and saving 80 tons of carbon emissions from polluting the environment.
Solar line ayo yo ta अब काम लाग्दैन अब यतै राख्नु होला यसो हो नि
Telin nga chi asi she bela rangi chindu kiu shindu te rangi lhabai lhapse ma panga chi wintu ga ne mila te nga chi 윤택이 날치 좋아진니 ABCD세 가네 미실라 땡아 지기 랍깃 홀레베 아니 랍베 다우드루 마드 델레 다우드루 나가 지기 소lar engineer 땡아 지기 베숲질라 델레 말레 나오베 땡아 지나 공바 케치 숨 나가 지기 뿌라 쭈에쭈이라 데 뚜베 뚜치 땡아 지기 가 배우신데 두트레 튕시 슈닐라.
For the first time in the history of any solar electrification work in Bhutan, and in keeping with the new policy of the royal government, very poor families have willingly agreed to pay between 40 to 60 rupees a month for the repair and maintenance. 48 villages have agreed in writing, something unheard of in this country.
पहिलेको हाम्रो समाजले आफ्नो छोरी बुहारीहरूलाई टाढो टाढो जानु पनि त्यति मौका थिएन तर भए पनि उनीहरू दुईजना केटीहरू आफै भोलिन्टियरली हामी जान्छ भनेर खुसी भएर उनीहरू खुसी साथ निक्लेर गएर बाहिर देशमा गएर 6 महिनासम्म बसेर राम्रो ट्रेनिङ गरेर सोलर बत्तीहरू लिएर आएर यहाँ हामीलाई सोलर बत्ती लगाइदिँदाखेरि एकदम सबैभन्दा ठुलो हामी अँध्यारोबाट उज्यालोतर्फ लाग्दाखेरि हामी धेरै धन्यवाद इन्डिया कन्ट्रीलाई
अब केटी मान्छेहरूले केही पनि काम गर्न सक्दैन अब सबै केटीहरू कमजोर गरेर नबस्नु आफ्नो खुट्टामा उभिन सक्नु भनेर थियो
What is unique has been the contribution of the rural communities, agreeing to construct a workshop in the village at their own cost. Whole villages agreeing to transport the solar panels and batteries on their back, sometimes a 2-day walk, free of charge. Agreeing to form a solar committee to make sure everyone pays their monthly contribution. How has solar lighting improved the quality of life? Farmers using lanterns at night to bring back lost animals and protect themselves against snake bites. Traditional midwives use the lanterns to deliver babies instead of using candles and torch batteries. The women now cook at night in the open with solar lanterns. They work on increasing their income by making handicraft items at home. Children study at night without damaging their eyes or harming their lungs from the fumes of kerosene lamps. Women do not have to walk for miles across the Himalayas to nearby towns to fetch 20 liters of kerosene. Never in the history of Bhutan has 48 remote, inaccessible villages ever been solar electrified within a period of 1 year. Never in the history of Bhutan has 500 houses been solar electrified by 35 illiterate and semi-literate young women in the country. They are now the new solar warriors of Bhutan. The Solar Warriors have agreed to register the first ever Barefoot Solar Engineers Association of Bhutan. The hope and belief is that one day in the very near future the royal government decides to hand over all solar electrification work, including installation and repair and maintenance of all defunct solar units, in the competent and confident hands of the women solar warriors of Bhutan. What the 35 extraordinary but very ordinary heroes have done is to set an example by demonstrating how the impossible is possible and contributed tangibly to the policy of gross national happiness in Bhutan.